Hello, what is up, my armadillo army? This video is not going to be edited or scripted because I know that, like, with how I am, especially when I'm like nervous to make something, like if I can't get it done, like, basically instantly, or like only do like one thing if I have to go through like multiple, shit, and I just like give up on it. And right now it's basically now or never for recording this specific video. Um, and I'm gonna probably be rambling a lot and going on a lot of tangents, and I'm sorry about that. But basically, um, yeah. So I've had the idea for the script for this video for a long ass time since the welcome to my channel video for this channel, which was posted many months ago. Um, and like in the last video I posted, the real purpose of my channel. I said like, oh, I need a script, I need whatever, blah blah blah. But like I said, like it's gonna be now or never, and I might post like a better scripted version with like better and more nuanced arguments. And uh, this is such like a broad issue, I realized, and it's not just with this like specific community. And I have like so many like lines that I want to say, and I'm probably not even gonna get to them all. But I'm probably gonna start points and then not finish them. I'm sorry about that. God, I'm just so like. So basically, the thing is, I've been so nervous to make this video because I know I'm gonna get backlash because the community I'm talking about uh, is known as like this untouchable beacon, basically, especially on this topic that I'm going to be talking about. Basically, like the BDSM community is known as like this fucking beacon of like sex positivity and like a progressivism in that sense, and they're just fucking untouchable. Like the only like criticism really is like the kind in Cat Black's video, which I've seen the intro to, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I wanted to like I don't know what I had some plan for like I was gonna make this video like a response to it or something. I don't know, but I did see like the synopsis of it, and like that's like the only criticism you can make is like, oh, there's some bad actors in it, like some people are tainting this otherwise perfect beacon, and I'm like no. Like they actually have no principles, and I'm gonna talk about that probably in another video with like the specific thing that tells me like they're not just hypocritical when it comes to this issue of young people, and taking basically like the conservative fucking stance when it comes to like young people and education for young people and shit like that. But they follow through with none of their fucking principles, like none of them. And I have a video coming out about like the one thing that like demonstrates that. Uh, but basically, I was so nervous to make this because I feared getting backlash. And the thing is, like, no one engages with this channel. Like the leopards ate my face video that I uploaded got a shit ton of views. I don't know why, and it's just been going downhill since that. And none of my other videos, other than those first 3 Reddit videos I did, beyond like the first few days, get any fucking views at all. And so I'm just like, it's basically just venting at this point. And in like basically right when I was starting this channel, like in the welcome to my channel video, whatever, this channel slogan was going to be young people are people. I have a different one. Now, a different slogan. And that is I defend identities, not communities, because I am a 16-year-old lesbian. I have also since I was a long ass time, um, realized that I was what someone may call, or at least wanted to be, depending on, like, you're not this, you can't have the label if you haven't done it, basically I am a I I'm a sub, basically. And I don't know what the fuck else I was gonna word that as. Dumbass. But yeah, that's who I am, and basically I'm not allowed to be that because of my age, and it's fucking arbitrary. And I had this whole script I was gonna do of, like, you know, when you don't allow young people, when you, like, desexualize young people to this degree, and, like, don't even acknowledge young people are sexual beings, not only do you erase, like, victims of abuse, which, like, I know that's, like, an uncomfortable thing to say, but, like, it's true. When you go through that, that part of your brain is unlocked before, technically it should be. I guess not technically, but, like, a lot of people would say, like, it quote unquote should be. And, like, I'm not saying that, like, it's okay for, like, fucking teens to be with, like, adults, like, fucking, like, a 15-year-old with, like, a 20-year-old or whatever. I think that it should be based on age gap until 25. Age gap is what matters, not necessarily the age itself. And, you could say, like, oh, what about, like, a fucking, if there's, like, 11-year-olds, they probably shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, yeah, they probably shouldn't, but what do you do about that? Like, if they're both 11 and one's just, like, a couple months older, like, yeah, they probably shouldn't be. I'm not talking about fucking. You see, this is the problem with me, is I fucking ramble so much, and I just get on, like, different points. I'm not talking about, like, BDSM, whatever. Right now I'm just talking about, like, any sort of sexual anything. Yeah, they probably shouldn't be, but, like, what do you do about that? Like, they're only, like, a couple months apart. What do you do? Do you just arrest whoever's older by a couple months? That's not fucking fair to ruin their life like that. They don't probably even know, like, what's going on, really. Like, they don't really understand. Like, I guess you could say, like, morally, like, you should probably tell them, like, you're not developed enough, whatever. But, like, and you can have, like, that moral argument, but, like, legally, like, there's no way you could, like, criminally penalize that without doing some fucking bullshit, in my opinion. Like, ruining someone's life when they don't even, like, understand what they're doing. But this is such fucking incoherent nonsense. But I had this whole script of, like, with how everything related to, like, anything kink related is all 18 plus, and there should be educational resources for young people and in-person social spaces, especially where the age of consent isn't 18, because there are places like that. And so you can be above the age of consent and, can legally do shit with people, but not be allowed to have the education. And that's fucked up. Um, that's fucked up that, like, you're not allowed to exist by the community that's supposed to be this fucking, like, untouchable perfect beacon of positivity and acceptance for all the shit. And it's a lie. It's hypocritical. How they're supposed to be, like, this thing, there's hyper progressive space, but, they're making this, like, basically, like, the only arguments you can make for against, like, educational resources for young people about, kink is the same ones against, like, sex education. Because, like, even if you can say, like, you're too young to actually do this, you should still have, like, the education. Because guess what? Teens are gonna do sex things. That's going to happen. That is how teens work. And I'm sorry if that makes your fucking ass uncomfortable, your supposedly progressive ass uncomfortable, but it's fucking true. And you can't stop that. Like, even if you say, like, oh, you shouldn't be, fine. Fine, I'll accept that premise. They're still gonna fucking do it. So would you rather have them be safe or not? Would you rather, and especially with like the social thing, like I'm not necessarily saying like that we should be able to go to like play parties or whatever. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is we should be allowed to exist. There should be some semblance anywhere of like, hey, we know you exist and we're okay with that. And here's resources for you. Here's a social space, whatever. And even if you don't want that necessarily, like especially, uh, even in places where it's not that, even places where like the age of consent like is 18 and not younger, like what would you rather have? Would you rather have people with like in like a similar age group meeting in like a relatively supervised environment like these social spaces, where if people are being creepy they get called out, or a fucking coffee shop where there's no oversight, there's no whatever, because people are going to meet? Would you rather have the less safe environment or the more safe environment, just because it makes you fucking uncomfortable that we exist? Just because it makes you uncomfortable that we exist, you fucking dishonest, hypocrite ass bitch who has no. The BDSM community I'm talking about right now, they have no fucking principles, any of them that they claim to, and it's all PR. Like I have gone to like, these online spaces and I haven't necessarily like, posted and been involved or whatever because I don't want to get fucking caught, but just to like see what's going on, and like you follow through on none of this shit that you put on through PR. Like all of the shit that like these progressives say about you, it's not true. You're not this fucking perfect ass beacon of positivity and acceptance like you claim to be. You're just tradcons by a different name at this point, with like your fucking expectations for like, submissives are X or Y and whatever. And like I understand that like you need rules in place for safety or whatever, but like, oh god, I need to make a whole separate video about the fucking expectations and shit, where it's like, a specific type of relationship is expected for like both parties involved, and it's like, no, like what if I want, you know not to do that but to do this other thing that's also part of that? And god, this is so fucking incoherent, but like once I have it out I can actually like, I guess I say this and it's bullshit, like, oh, once I have this out I can, actually like script videos that are less incoherent. And I know I'm not gonna fucking do it. I don't do shit. I never do shit. This is what I always fucking do with everything, is I say I'm gonna do something and then I just don't fucking do it. This is so incoherent. But basically, like it's so, for so long, like before I even uploaded that welcome to my channel video, I was like, why are you so hypocritical when it comes to young people? Why are you like this? Why is there like no anything, not even like an educational space for us? And like I get like why you wouldn't want like an online like, meeting community, because like then like that would be open for predators. I get that, but like why not just like an educate, literally like a website where it's just information and there's no forum, there's no anything, but like, like the only interactivity is like links to different pages on that website for different information. And then there could be like, an anonymous FAQ like with only like the admins of the site or something, where if you had something that wasn't addressed, but like, there was no like information that, like email address or anything like that, and it was like only like with the admins, so you couldn't like meet people. And like even if that doesn't exist, it doesn't fucking matter, because like I said, like I went and I looked around like in preparation to see like, oh, maybe they are actually, this thing that the broader progressive space like, claims that they are. Maybe they are actually like this. No, they're not. Like I actually like went around and I looked. There is nothing. There is no mention of that. It is not endorsed. It is not like a big thing. So even if it is, it doesn't fucking matter because it's not accessible through fucking anything. So fuck off. And I realized it's not because of any like adherence to the law or whatever, because like I said, it's not the law. And I've seen like forums that say like if the laws say you can be younger, tough, this is 18 plus. And it's not about the law. It's not about anything. And I realize this because I feel the same way. You just think that young people are icky. Like, I don't want to be with people that are younger than me, especially in that kind of context. And here's the thing also, like, I'm okay with there being some adult-only spaces. Like, I'm okay with gay bars existing, uh, as a queer person, that are 21 plus usually, because there are also spaces that are accepting of queer youth. But if the entire LGBT community was all 18 or 21 plus, I would absolutely rail against that, and I would hope that other people would be too. Like, can you imagine if the LGBT community did this shit where everything was 18 plus, and if you if you were interested in that, if you were queer and under 21 or under 18, you just didn't exist. And if you wanted to exist, fuck you. Like, can you imagine if the LGBT community did that shit? But no, this community does it, and it's perfectly fucking fine. And they're propped up as this untouchable beacon of, sex positive culture and progressivism and acceptance and all that fucking shit. And they just love everyone and sing fucking kumbaya because they're so fucking perfect and special. I'm okay with gay bars existing, but when every single space is all 18 plus, and even educational spaces, like there's not even like an educational space that says like, hey, like we can't, have like an online forum where people can meet because like that would introduce like predators, but we acknowledge you exist and this information is for you, and hopefully you can find someone within your age range near you, you know, and use this information to be safe. But no, there's nothing like that because you don't give a shit. You just think I'm icky. You think I'm icky and you don't want to think about the fact that I exist because it makes you uncomfortable. Well, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Teens are sexual. I want to fuck. Okay? And I would get into more graphic detail, but I don't want to violate TOS. Like, and I probably will get into more graphic detail at some point, in a later video, but god fucking damn. Like, my heart is pounding so fucking hard right now because I'm just so, like, angry about this. The fact, if someone's from the BDSM community watching this, the fact that you are so willing to throw your own under the bus, and yet you accept this label that's given to you by the larger progressive space, and not even like outright progressive people. Like I've seen like Raleigh Link 14 talking about fucking pony play and how great they are. Raleigh being an equestrian channel I watch. If you go to my old channel, you'll see I'm subscribed to her. But like you accept being propped up as like this, great community that's just accepting and loving of everyone. And for a while I believed that. But then when I actually tried to find acceptance and be allowed to exist, I didn't. I just want to know, why do you hate me? Basically. Why? What have I done to you? When did I hurt you? Like, why? Why are you so okay with just throwing me under the bus and pretending I don't exist and not wanting me to exist? Why does my existence make you so uncomfortable? I'm one of you. I would rather not be because of, the other shit that I'll talk about later in your community that I think is toxic and I don't like. But I am. And I just want to know, like, what have I done to you? What how did I hurt you? How did anyone in my position hurt you? Why do you hate me? Why do you fucking, like, not allow me to exist? Why? Why? I just want to know why. And don't give me some bullshit about, like, oh, I'm scared. I would love to, and I agree with you, but I just, it's the fucking YouTubes, it's the censors, and, the fucking, we're just so fucking scared and cucked to the fucking conservatives and shit. Like, and it's the law. We can't, because it's the law. Don't give me that bullshit about how you agree with me, because if you did, you would fucking say literally anything about it. You would say literally fucking anything. Like, if you're an educational channel, you would say, like, young people are welcome on this channel, and this information is for you too. But I've never seen that. I have never fucking seen that. And I'm pretty sure that the only reason you don't age restrict your videos is for that good dime. The only people I would accept that from would maybe be What's the Safe Word? Because I have seen them collaborate with Sexplanations, and just like their presentation more generally does seem like they are, trying to make it accessible to, like, teens and stuff. I would accept it from them, but no fucking one else. No one fucking else is gonna pull that bullshit, okay? I reject that premise from any fucking one else. Unless you give me a good ass reason why you have not, like, spoken out about it on your channel, or, like, fucking apologize and start speaking out about it on your channel. I don't know. It's bullshit. And, like, if you don't want to respond to this because it's so fucking incoherent, fine, sure, that's good, whatever, fine, I get it. But when I start making my other more coherent videos, if I start making other more coherent videos, especially the one coming out about the one kink that you accept that you shouldn't, that just blows all your fucking principles supposedly that you have out. When I start getting more coherent, and I if I by some miracle start getting views, fine, you and you fucking give me some bullshit, or you just ignore me, fuck you, I guess. I don't know. This is so I was wondering what I was going to title this video, it's just gonna be incoherent rambling. Yeah. I have videos planned in the future. We're starting, I'm actually saying what I said I would. So, yay. Also, like, hopefully, eventually I'll be able to start, like, sticking a thing more often. I used to call it executive dysfunction because that's what someone said it's like, where I just literally, I cannot do things. I just shut out and I can't. It's like even something that I kind of want to do, it's like if I just told you to do a backflip right now. Like, I can't. I physically can't. And, like, sometimes I would just, like, be sitting and not be able to get up. And then my therapist is like, oh no, executive dysfunction's a different thing. Bleh. That sounds like catatonia. Oh, hooray, it's even fucking worse. But since I switched to a less fucking useless doctor who would give me stimulants but not antidepressants for some goddamn reason, right now I'm just on, like, a testing dose that doesn't actually do anything, just to see if I have side effects. But hopefully I should be able to not be fucking catatonic. Hooray, it's even worse than what I called it. Hopefully, soon. And then I will rail against every progressive movement that you fucking hold dear. And maybe I'll make a response to PragerU or some shit so that I'm not just causing discourse. I don't know. Also for the views, because PragerU responses get hella views. So thank you for watching. I have no fucking idea why you would want to subscribe to that. This is probably going to get like, if I say it's gonna get 3 views, it's gonna get 2, and if I say it's gonna get 2, it's gonna get 1, and if I say it's gonna get 1, it's gonna get none. So it's gonna get like no fucking views, because that's all of my videos lately, except for the fucking leopards ate my face for some fucking reason. I guess leave a dislike, because I fucking deserve it. Ooh, like I know that like with what I said previously in this video, that seems like a joke, but no, genuinely, this was horrible. This was a horrible incoherent rant. Please dislike it. I yes. Finnegan would like to know if you want to play later in a bit, in like 5 minutes. Okay. She will come out in Sorry, my mom came in and wanted to know if I wanted to play badminton outside. So good thing I'm ending it anyway. Incoherent rant, leave a dislike. Goodbye. Armadillo out. Fuck you, bitch.